woke up with these crow's feet, but I ain't losing no sleep. I reckon I'll be okay.
Hey.
They show that I am OG. Go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ha! Oh, yeah. Oh, craw. Oh, ah.
It's the Findings podcast.
Yeah, hey, it is, guys.
I'm
For our
Sloan
ASMR.
Ketterling.
You're Sloan Ketterling.
Yeah.
I'm.
That's
It was
familiar.
Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettering.
Oh, yeah, that's
and they were
right.
blazing that shit up every day, boy.
Oh, I love that movie.
I referenced that movie the other day where he's fucking like, I just rubbed some orange peels on these babies or something, and he's showing his fucking
there's
perfect
oiled abs.
Dude, that's still like an everyday reference. And we're probably just those old men that were like quoting Austin Powers like way too long and stuff.
Oh god.
And we're the new versions of that, and we're still quoting Step Brothers. Like anytime anything gets moved at work, I'm like, oh, there's so much room for activities.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Like every
Dude,
time.
that oil scene with the abs, I quote this all the time when I'm like, boys, let's go. I'm like, Dane Cook, pay-per-view, 20 minutes, let's go.
Come on,
Oh.
Dane Cook. Dude.
That's
I mean,
classic.
I get it.
That's a
Who doesn't
weird.
want to see Dane Cook?
That's also like a weird first impression to get of Adam Scott.
I know.
Because he plays the same character in everything except Step Brothers.
Flat, so flat.
He's so,
Dude,
so
that's like
flat.
the best scene
Joe
of all
Dirt.
time.
Oh man, now we're flying all over. Joe
$1,200
Dirt.
a month. What a waste. You're just so pissed.
What is it? My
You don't even look good
name
when
is
you sing.
Derek, and I can sing high like this.
He's just singing it right in her fucking face while he's driving.
While he's
crossing
driving.
traffic, just fucking.
So flat.
Also,
Dude.
that my
Oh.
probably second most quoted movie is Pineapple Express. I watched that movie probably 70 times. I fucking love it.
Only 7.
I love it. Mine would be Talladega, but
Talladega.
Fucking
But
Jason watched
fuck yeah with
Talladega.
Pineapple.
Oh my god, Jason's house was like Talladega for 3 months.
Because you had one DVD and you had a DVD. You had a DVD
Who needs
TV.
to switch it? Yeah,
So you just looped that fucking
You're
movie.
just like,
Dude.
fuck it. Today I'm gonna watch the deleted scenes. And it's-
hold on, a DVD TV. You couldn't fit a DVD in a TV any direction these days. Like
No.
the new ones.
you
That's
could
fucking crazy.
They have them at the
Dude,
dentist and shit. They're just like little slim ones that are on the back.
Yeah. Dude, the days of DVDs were crazy because, like, I remember when Monica and I got our first apartment in Idaho Falls, and we had like 5 DVDs. And so we would watch I Love You Man, which is another great fucking comedy. What is it?
Great.
Jason Segel and Paul Rudd.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
And you would fall asleep watching it for the third time, and you would it would go back to the title screen, and that would just loop. It's like a 15-second loop.
I
was
forgot about the
all-
loop.
And we're just sleeping to this, you know. Oh god, what's happening?
I think I
Dude,
did that with
yeah.
I think I did that same fucking thing with another Jason.
Talladega Nights.
Jason,
Well, probably
Oh.
a million times with that, but
forgetting Sarah Marshall.
thank you. Yeah.
Great movie. We get to see Jason Segel's dick.
Yep.
It's a good dick.
Unprompted.
It
good
reminded
dick.
me of Tyson
Unprompted.
Johnson's dick.
Who?
We already talked about her. Josh Johnson's brother
Oh, well,
with his Johnson. It reminded me of his, you
it's
know.
his Josh Johnson.
Except I think Tyson's was bigger. Anyway,
This is the podcast.
you know I can't help but talk about a dick for a minute.
We're
Tyson who?
sponsored.
Johnson.
Oh,
But
sorry, I
DVD
didn't know
menu.
his older brother's name. I just.
Oh yeah.
I just thought you watched your own podcast and you'd remember.
Or that you
I
did
don't
your
know
own
his
podcast.
name. I'm sorry, I don't remember him. I'm
My
not gonna meet
bad.
him again. I don't need to be like, oh fuck, what was it? Tyson? Sorry, I don't remember from fucking 25 years ago, bro.
Jason, let's hear about Forgetting Sarah Marshall's DVD menu.
Well, I don't remember it well. I feel like that was one that I had. I mean, I've done it with it. It's just weird that that used to be a thing, I guess, is really the more important part of this is the fact that you could leave a DVD going and the whole time you're just listening to 15 seconds of something that they were like, we got to get people's attention with this. And it's just like it
Dude,
just becomes horrible.
No, they don't got to get your attention at that point. You're already watching the movie.
That's true.
I guess that's
But
true.
it's, I mean, people that sleep with their TVs on, like at full volume,
Oh,
I'm like, because I've done it before at friends' houses and shit. And
Psychotic.
it like fucks with your dreams and like you never get into REM sleep and shit. You're just like,
Yeah.
and there's just people talking. But when it's like a 15-second repeating for
yeah.
7-8 hours, you're in just like it's like a bad trip. You're just looping it.
Oh my god.
That's like literally hell. Like I
Yeah.
remember going to sleep. I have this DVD. I still have it. It's of South Park's Imagination Land trilogy.
No god.
And
Imagination.
Jason knows. Jason knows exactly because he'd spend the night at my house and we'd watch that and fall asleep. And you just have to hear that guy. And it's like a joke in the episode that it's annoying and it goes on too long. And there's no background like melody or anything, no accompanying music. And it's just the guy going,
It's fucking horrible.
imagination.
Yeah, I hate it already.
We just, oh,
I've heard it too many
Dude,
times.
Weirdly,
we
this
never
topic
fucking
made
heard
me
it,
think
Jake.
of.
I heard it twice. Once from you, once from Jay. I hate it.
Well, we're bad singers.
I'm sure
So
he
is that
wasn't.
guy. That guy was
Yeah.
fucking horrible.
Trey Parker,
Well,
Mm.
I mean, it's not like he was trying. That wasn't like the album he was putting out. He
Yeah.
wasn't like fucking trying to kill it.
it was a
But-
silly like Little Nemo parody or something. That's what it reminded me of. Do you remember that like Adventures in
Nemo?
Slumberland?
Wait,
Little
Little
Nemo?
Nemo or Finding Nemo?
No, Little Nemo was before.
What?
It wa-
Is it Little Nemo?
Yeah,
There's
he
a pre-Nemo?
well, yeah, he went on adventures. He was like a little boy in pajamas and he had like a flying squirrel buddy.
Wait, so it's the prequel to the sequel?
No, it's nothing to do with Finding Nemo.
I wanted to say that. 'cause
Nemo's
it's-
just a name.
At this
Between
point,
the
I don't
Bury
know
Me
where
song.
we are.
I know. We're all
Should we-
over.
we
Hold
should all
on.
let's all kill ourselves live on the pod. I have a gun right here. Actually, I have two guns. There's a fruit fly.
As long as
Jake,
you can hit me.
That's
Hold
dark.
on.
We don't need to go back to these LimeWire days. I don't want to watch you die.
We're gonna
wanna watch
create
it.
the content for the next generation, dude.
No, dude.
What was that guy's name? Z?
Bud Dwyer.
Bud Dwyer. Hey, fans,
No.
don't search Bud Dwyer suicide on live TV video. Don't
Well,
search it.
it's hard to find anyway, but
Yeah.
it's not fun to watch. I'm sure it's hard to find. I haven't tried in a while.
Zach, I'm telling you this whether you're gonna listen or not.
I'm listening.
Okay. That whole topic about the hearing DVD shit play over and over made me think of you as a kid being terrified of the Cartoon Network ants thing.
The Dude, you
Jason-
must have had like a bad dream or something. You woke up and that was playing.
I know what
I
is
mean,
that?
how would that trigger like a?
It
It
was all
wasn't
the
scary.
ants.
Just for a little
They're-
clarification, I mean, you don't need much, but there was a like the bumper things that played in between on Cartoon Network shows, like at commercials, like we'll be right back. And there was one that was just ants like stealing a picnic. And they had a song in there that was that one Jason singing. And for some reason, it just that song it like sent this like adrenaline like terror down me, and I was like so
Dude.
scared, and I'd wake up from like a deep sleep and like and I'd have to like run to my mom's room and like and I still don't know what that was about. Like it's
It
like
must have been like a bad dream, and you wake up to that. And I mean, the music sounds like pretty dramatic. Like, oh shit, shit's happened. Dun, dun,
it's
dun,
weird.
dun, dun.
Yeah, like it's weird. I don't know how easy it is to find, but if you
Oh.
search like Cartoon Network Ant
Oh,
Bumper,
no.
maybe you'll find it. But
Maybe
that
Probably not,
song,
but-
I mean, I've showed people semi recently, and that song instantly still, even when Jason sang it, gives me a twinge of that adrenaline still. Like it for something
Ooh.
about it, I don't know what it programmed in my head or something. Like it's weird. It's a strange phenomenon, you
It's
know?
like when I was showering when I was like 12, 13, and my stepdad came in and he's like, look at this dick.
Tick?
Dick.
Oh. Okay.
Was it yours or his?
Mine. He pointed at it. He's like, look at it.
Look at it. Now you're terrified of your own penis.
Oh, I thought he just like brought one in like in a hot dog bun that he had cut off or something, and he's
Look at this dick.
hey, look at it.
I just found this on the street.
Isn't it funny? It's in a hot dog bun.
No, it was scary, and I still think about it. So thanks, Bert.
So thanks.
Was it Bert? Did he really do that?
Well, let's move on.
Huh.
Have we talked about what was that kid whose mom tried to burn him down in a house?
Oh, Gilbert.
Gilbert, yes, thank you. Have we talked about him?
There's
I
not
feel
much.
like that's crazy.
There's not much to say except
Is
that.
that Justin's
There's
neighbor?
so much to say.
Oh, he was my friend, way before Justin.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I forgot about Gilbert.
Yeah, he was
Well,
old in
because
school.
I don't remember anything about him either. I just remember two things. One thing is we were hanging out together. I was probably 5 or 6. And we found like a steak knife in my backyard for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
And we ended up just like thinking it was a good idea to slice up my trampoline.
That's a good idea, actually.
And
So upsetting.
my stepdad came out and was all mad and took away the trampoline forever, and they never tried to sew it or fix it. It was just gone. No trampoline.
To be fair, you guys kind of took it away yourselves.
We did. I mean,
It's
I might do the same thing now, but
Wait, hold up.
wait,
hold up.
you would cut up a trampoline?
no, I mean, I would take it from my kids if they cut it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you would
yeah,
say,
I'm not fixing it.
yeah, learn your lesson. But wait, was this the same kid that was like drowning cats in a barrel of water?
What? Who is
You had
this?
some guy that you knew when we were kids.
That I knew?
I mean, you weren't friends with him. He was like the cock of the neighborhood. But
Jesus,
He,
who is
like-
this kid?
he told us that he would like put all these kittens in a sack and like hold them underwater.
What?
Oh my god.
I remember that.
Was this Ricky Travis's brother?
No,
they were cool.
No,
they were
no,
cool.
Okay,
no.
I don't know. I'm just that's the only person I can think
No,
of.
this was a kid that we might have hung out with for a week or maybe even a day, and he came over and he was like bragging. He's like, "Yeah, you get these kittens, you push them underwater until they stop moving."
Oh,
We were
oh
like,
my
my
fucking
God.
god. This is fucking scary. Why are you
Eh.
telling me this?
Yeah, I'll
And
go
then-
on the record right now saying I hope that guy is fucking dead.
"I'm sure
That-
he's in prison or dead."
It's probably the guy from Don't Fuck with Cats.
Very likely, it might have been Jeff Dahmer's son, even though he didn't have one.
Yeah, he didn't. What was
It's weird
the
to hear him without the full name pronounced. Jeffrey. Jeff Dahmer.
I mean, we got Jay. It's a podcast. We got to go. We gotta go.
Okay, I just
Stop laughing. We have to go.
Vitamins.
Zach, say
Oh,
something.
yeah. I was just trying to figure out who the Don't Fuck with Cats guy was, but it's
Oh,
Luca Magnotta. That's
Luca
what I was
Magnotta.
trying to remember.
I don't think I finished it. I stopped. I can't handle that. I can't watch cats get fucking airbagged, dude.
Well, it's okay,
They show
wait.
it every other scene. They're like, and he airbagged the cats. You're like, yo, we fucking saw it last.
Well, later,
Like, come on.
it's all right. He goes and he twists a guy's head off later. I mean,
Wait, a real person?
but yeah, it's just a person, not a cat. It's okay.
Wait, do I know this guy?
I could watch that.
Yeah.
Do I know the guy that that had his head twisted off?
I think he was like a gay
I don't.
prostitute, if I remember right. So you probably know him.
So he started with cats, and that's just what got him cut.
Yeah, he progressed. The cat's
Oh.
got people on to him, and then he's like, "Hey, bitches, let's see if you can
That's-
catch me now. I'm gonna twist this Asian boy's head off."
That's the funny
Oh.
part. Is like I don't really care about the people that he killed,
The
but I'm
cat
like,
is such a concern.
don't fuck with cats. Don't fuck with cats.
Don't fuck with
I
cats.
feel you there. I really do.
Honestly, if that wasn't already a show, that could have been the podcast title.
Don't fuck with cats.
Yeah,
Dude.
that
We're
would have
lovers
been.
of kittens.
We'd be eating fucking lobster right now.
I know
okay?
we'd already be fucking going. Yeah, we'd be at our 20,000 subs by now.
Can I say something?
No.
Okay.
Say it.
Please say it.
I'm a little upset that not one person has mentioned my curly mustache.
Jay, I've been waiting. Okay.
I
Your
thought-
curly mustache. I know it was like somewhat recently became like fun again to have like the mustache. It
Oh,
looks good
God.
on you.
I feel like I know where this is going.
But no, it reminds me of like probably my childhood because we grew up in Idaho in the early 90s, and it actually makes me think of my dad. He did not have one of those, but he was one of the guys that just had mustache.
Your dad had a bush.
Yeah, he had a bush and a mustache. So he
Oh
was
yeah,
a-
the mustache was pretty good too.
yeah, he had just like that big old mustache, and then he would clean shave everything else.
Honestly, great look. Freddie Mercury.
Exactly.
Can't
know,
argue it.
I can't commit to it. I've done it a couple times, and
Sylvester Mercury.
Sylvester Mercury, that's my dad. But I had, before we started the podcast, I told Zach I had to go shit, so I went and shit,
Okay.
and just randomly popped in my head because when you're a kid, your dad's like gone most of the time in prison,
Yeah, if you're
or if you're me, but
Or
but
work if you're me. I don't know.
same thing. You don't see him, doesn't matter.
Still getting fucked by dudes.
Where does your dad work? Is that a brothel?
I don't know. He's just never home.
welcome to the
Still-
bar and brothel.
Oh, is that Septericor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
shout out
deep
Septericor.
Dang,
cut.
I can't believe you remember that. I
Deep
couldn't.
cut.
I was like, what?
I love that fucking. What was it,
Oh,
Grub?
fuck.
We're gonna
Who's
do a
that?
fucking. We're gonna do our first findings podcast stream, and it's just gonna be you guys watching me beat Septericor. What do you think?
I will watch
Dude,
this to
I'll
the
watch
end
it.
of days, bro.
What
Except
was the?
nobody's ever beat it. We've gotten so far.
Oh,
We
yeah.
use cheats to get
I
far.
know, we
There's a
did.
part where you have to die. So we had invincibility on, and we were supposed to die.
And you
We just
sit
played
there.
forever, bro. We just.
I
it
know, and
just
then we just
never ended.
gave up for some reason after that. Like
We could
no.
have just turned off the cheat.
Dude,
Why didn't we
and
do that?
and before we tried the cheats, we probably put 300 hours into that game trying to beat it. It was so fucking hard. But there was a
It's
guy
the
with
longest
a
game ever.
mohawk. We called him Justin, and
Let's
like
grub.
Grub, and you would go talk to someone, and you would like click on him to talk, and he's like, "I got nothing to say." I don't know why I remember that specific
The opposite
thing.
of Justin.
The opposite of Justin.
That's accurate. Yeah,
That's great.
I like that.
But no, to go back to what we were talking about, Jay's mustache reminded me of like a 90s dad. And while I was shitting, it was a fine shit. I have a bidet, so I'm clean, boys.
You have a bidet?
Dude, they're like $20 on Amazon.
I
You just
know. I
gotta
need to
screw
get
them
one.
onto
They're
your
so
toilet.
cheap.
And they're
Really?
so fucking nice.
Where have I been, dude? Holy shit.
Dude, get a bidet.
I'm in the fucking Stone Age wiping my ass with poison ivy and rocks.
Rocks are not, if they're like the craters of the moon rocks, like that, what is that? lava rocks.
Lava rock, yeah.
Yeah, lava rocks are good because they're very like
Yeah,
sharp and
it's like
sandpaper.
steel wool on your asshole.
Yeah, it scoops the shit. But
Fair.
Jay,
Blood is clean. It's a cleanser.
while I was shitting, I had this random idea pop in my head, like 30-year-old me beat up 30-year-old my dad?
Oof.
No, I could beat.
Because that's like when
30-year-old
you're
up
both in your
dad.
prime. Like I could kick my dad's ass.
You
right
could
now,
be
for
Jake's
sure.
dad?
Wait,
Jay? Or your dad?
if he was 30,
You could beat whose? Who?
Well, yeah, you
Your
could
dad?
definitely beat your 60-year-old dad. I mean, we could all kick our dads at, especially
And
Jake.
see,
No, okay.
wait, Jay, why could you beat my 30-year-old dad?
Wait, when did your dad die?
41.
Fuck, it might be tough.
Dude,
Okay.
really tough.
No.
God damn it.
And like I said, I could kick his ass right now. It would not be a fight.
Are you sure?
I mean,
You'd
he's
be
got
fighting
those-
tears back.
Yeah. And I'd be like, why am I doing this?
Well,
And
you
just
gotta-
As you punch his
No.
skull into dust.
You got to take that out of it. Like, he's not your dad in this scenario.
Yeah, and
Wait,
so
wait, really?
Because
We're
if
not
there-
even there's no
Well,
emotional
If
connection
there's
in this
emotion
fight.
involved, like, there's no fucking way I could hit
Okay.
my dad.
Last year at 30, when I was boxing and like really fucking fit, I would beat my fucking dad's ass. I don't give a shit. Like, especially if
what-
there's no emotional connection. Like, dude, my dad has always been rail thin. Like,
but Jay,
I think I got it on. I mean, my weight on him alone.
but Jay, you got to remember where did you get all your strength from? Was it your mom or your dad?
Well, I know, and my dad is Liu
He-
Kang. He's
Dude,
so
he-
fucking. He's
He al-
fit.
he
He's
also
always
has
been fit.
he like grew up fucking racing horses and shit. He grew up on a farm. Farmer
Oh,
strength
dude.
is wild.
And he's told me about fighting a lot when he was younger, and I'm like, okay, so he's definitely got me beat on experience and shit, dude. It would be a good fight.
That would be a good fight.
I
That might
might
be the
see
best.
if we can do this as a Patreon bonus or something. Like,
pay-per-view.
dude, and I'm not even fit right now. I'm fat. I got.
It's kind of, it'll be like
I'll
Rocky
fight him now.
Balboa.
Oh,
Did you see
Well,
Rocky
take him.
Balboa? Like when he went back and they did like a simulation to see if he could beat the current champion. And then,
What?
yeah,
He
the
would get his
movie,
fucking ass
the
kicked
movie Rocky Balboa.
against the
Oh.
current heavyweight champion.
Yeah, but this was still like 2006 now. This was a long time ago now.
but this really happened.
Okay.
'Cause
But
now
it's a
we've-
movie.
Yeah, but now we've had Creed and all these other sequels, so it's different now.
Yeah.
But they had Rocky Balboa, and that was like the premise. I think it's been a long time since I've seen it, but it was like Rocky. They do like a simulation to see if, because he was the previous champion, to see if he would beat the current champion of now. And the simulation says that he would, so they do the fight in real life. And spoiler alert, give it a couple minutes, you skip ahead.
Hold on, let me watch it real quick.
Rocky loses.
As he
and-
would.
As he would, realistically, but he gives up a good
Bitch.
fight. So it's like tying a nice bow on the whole series, because that's what the first movie is that he loses, but he gives a really good fight.
Dude, and that's the thing with Rocky. He is like a guy that's not crazy skilled. He's not the best technical fighter, but you can beat him up until you're tired.
Yeah,
And then
it's-
he's like, I'm still here. And then it's like a Nate Diaz.
So I'll tell you, this is basically the premise for every anime. They
Yeah.
get their ass kicked but never give up. It's I think Rocky started a real problem.
well,
a
it's
real problem.
because
I
people
know, dude. We get it. You got a real strong brain. Like, okay.
Dude,
Well,
I said this,
people,
it might have been the last podcast. I'm like, I am not a fan. Whenever we talked about Rocky last, was that the last podcast? It was the last one or the one before. I am not a fan of a guy that's able to just take a fucking beating for 30 minutes and you'd be like,
Oh.
I'm still here.
Then you'll hate
Let's,
me, dude.
let's fight. Yeah, you're the tank. I have more respect for you because you're funny.
It's
Rocky
funny.
wasn't funny.
At least it's funny to watch me get it.
people like to root for the underdog, and that's what it's all about.
And I'm not, I root for the underdog frequently, but yeah. So Jay, you think it would be, wait, first you said you would beat his ass and then you kind of changed your tune a little
So-
bit.
30 for 30. I don't know how healthy I guess my dad was doing a lot of work in at Red Robin's, I think, when he was 30, which
Red Robin?
Red Robin. No, Sizzler.
I was gonna say Red Robin wasn't around when your
I'm
dad
sorry,
was
Sizzler.
gay.
He
I was
worked
gonna
at
say, that
Sizzler.
sounded wrong.
No, I'm sorry. I just pictured Red Robin because that's where that Sizzler was. What, right?
I think
Didn't-
so, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is Sizzler's gone? No, Red Robin's on the corner of
Yeah,
17th
it
and Hit.
used to be like a JJ Norris or something weird. Like,
Yeah, some
Oh,
bullshit.
okay.
Fucking
Well, then that's just my
garbage.
bad. But but dude, I don't think I don't know, because everybody kind of looks at themselves and go, look, I'm a fucking beast, dog. I'll fucking rip it up, you know? Like, I really do think it would be a pretty close fight, but I think I'd win.
Okay, fair enough. Z, do you want to go to, or no, we should Z, we should give our opinions on whether or not we think Jay could beat his
Yeah, I'm
dad.
curious. Tell me.
well, it's hard because when I think of your dad at 30 years old, I was however young I was.
Yeah,
So,
you probably he wasn't as skinny and frail seeming.
yeah, like in my distorted vision, like we already said, your dad was like Liu Kang. And so
Yeah.
like
He
to
was
me,
always fit.
your dad's like at 30 was like toned and like tough. But I don't
Well,
know.
he
Had-
still
had a bit
fucking
more
is.
muscle
That's
on
the
him.
problem.
But
He's
but
he-
just
he
a
was
little
a bit
less
bigger.
muscly.
your
Yeah.
dad probably had more like real fights than you, but you
Yeah.
That's
you
a
might have
factor.
had more play fights with us,
And boxing,
which
which
is
is not a
practice.
fight, but it's like learning how to punch correctly, stuff like that. You didn't spar a whole lot, right, Jay?
No, not a ton.
But you got some fucking power punches behind you.
But no offense to Jeff at all in any world, but I think 30-year-old Jay hits hard. And
Yeah, if he can find the button, then his dentures are on the ground.
Dude, I feel like I could just lift him up and toss him like nothing.
it's hard not to picture though, because like our dads are little now. Like my dad
Well,
is,
dude, my dad's smaller than me and I'm 5'5", so it's
Yeah.
just so hard to be like a littler man than me beating me up. It's so weird.
like when I hug my dad, it's like it feels smaller than when I hug my son at these days. So like I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
It's really hard to picture how I pictured him, but I remember thinking my dad was like so buff and strong. When I was
As
a
you do
kid.
when you're a kid, he's a giant compared to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's a hard to say. Jay, I think it would be a fight, but I do think you would win. I think you would eventually catch him, put him on his back, and then you would crush his skull with your elbow and be like, I never loved you.
Well, that's just honestly, your dad is
Come get it,
probab-
Dad. You fucking little bitch.
Yeah, Jeff,
Pussy
fuck
ass
you.
little bitch. Dude, he's been
Bitch.
avoiding this fight for too long. And now that I know I got people on my side, I'm ready to fucking take this asshole out.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
60-year-old
Your
dad.
dad is probably at 30 where we work at similar jobs. Your dad was probably about my size at 30. So the question becomes, could you beat my ass? And the answer becomes yes. really fast.
I love that, Z. I love how you spun that. So Z,
Hey,
do you want to
dude.
go next or me? Because
I
we're
appreciate that I didn't have to
dragging
say
this.
anything when you mentioned.
Zach doesn't have a fighting face.
No.
I was like, I don't want to say it, but I'm pretty confident in myself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. But now you go, Jake.
Oh, we got 6 minutes. I think okay, we can do this in 6 minutes.
I almost
So
passed out.
when I was 30, I was like going to the gym and shit. Similar build that I have now, 6'2", like 200 pounds. My dad was 5'10", probably 200 pounds.
His dad was
But
strong.
when he was 30, I was like 7 or 8, and that's when he was doing like arm wrestling tournaments and stuff. Also, he grew
Oh
up.
yeah.
He's got the farmer strength. He was moving pipe in like potato fields when he was like 11. And he had my grandpa for a dad. Shout out Marv.
Marv.
I mean, my dad would have like a different strength because I'm like naturally very strong. And I got that from him. And so like
Dude, that
if I was out
cornbread
there,
strength.
yeah, if I was out there actually like doing like manual work all the time, he would beat the fuck out of me, I think. And I've done jujitsu and Muay Thai a little bit, and I think he would probably just knock me the fuck out. My dad was scary.
I think
I
honestly,
imagine Cowboy Donald Cerrone, right? Is
Yeah,
that it?
yeah,
Like
it's a UFC fighter.
that's just who I imagine because cowboy and just corded muscle fucking
Yeah. And my dad wasn't like skinny like Cowboy. Actually,
no.
Cowboy retired, so shout out Cowboy. But I mean, my dad was like the shorter, more like built version of me. And dude, he was born in the 60s. So he went through the 60s and 70s. Like people fought way more.
yeah,
I fought one time, like a real fight, and we've already talked about it.
It's
Yeah.
weird, dude. Fights just stopped after a while.
Yeah. Aside from getting beat up by my brother, which I may have a toughness factor of Rocky Balboa, if you want to say.
You can take hits, baby.
But I think my dad would. Dude, when Corey turned 18, when my dad was still alive, Corey was a cock, you guys know. And
No,
he like
never.
fucking he like stood up to my dad. It's like, what? And my dad, with no effort, almost blew him off his feet, just pushed him into the fucking wall. He's like, oh, you're tough? Are you a man? And Corey was like, oh. He's like, oh yeah, that's
Holy
man
shit,
strength.
dude. I can't wait to do that to my kids. Scare the fuck out of them. Think you're big, lift them up against the wall, dude.
Dude, I will never be able to do that because my kids are gonna be way stronger than me.
oh yeah.
Well, and you have good kids. There's no reason.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. But I think my dad would, unless it goes to the ground, and then I'm gonna wrap
Hey,
him
that's
up and
always an
choke him out.
option.
Yeah.
I
This
just
is the
probably-
way your dad knows jujitsu. You have the advantage.
I
I'd
just
probably
think
fake a punch, go for a takedown, take his back, choke him out.
God, I'd love to take
That'd be
your dad's
mine.
back.
from days of fighting Jake though, yeah, I kind of feel like at a certain point your like conscious steps in and your dad would kick your ass because you're too
No,
nice.
you said there's no emotion in this.
I know, but I'm saying there's no dad
No.
emotion. I'm saying there's no that's my dad emotion.
Yeah. Also, my dad spent 10 plus years of my childhood in prison.
And Jake would feel
He
bad
probably knows a couple tricks.
beating
Yeah,
up.
he's probably been into some scuffles. All
I-
right, so we got 2 minutes. What do you?
I was just gonna
What do
say
you guys
I
think?
saw you if you guys would let me finish. God
Sorry.
fucking damn it.
So, but your dad,
All right, Z, hit it.
I was gonna say I saw you after the first fight you got in and you fucking felt bad.
Yeah.
And I think if you were sitting there fighting to the death with your fucking dad, who you had no dad emotions with, you would still feel bad, and then he'd beat you up.
Wait, so I would stop fighting and he would beat me?
Well, not necessarily just stop, but you wouldn't be going your full rage because you'd feel
Yeah.
bad.
But with this
You wouldn't want to smash his
converse
face.
with this convo, he's not my dad, he's a dude.
I know, but even just a regular dude. That's what I'm saying.
Look,
Okay, so we have to say like they
I'm trying
shot
to
your kid.
compliment you and say that you're nice. But if
Thank
they
you,
shot
Zach.
your kid, it's fucking different and kill him. But
Yeah. That's what we should have said that before Jay's, but Jay has no kids. So
it's okay. I still won mine. But
all right, so
Jake,
we're gonna
I think that it's really tough. Honestly, your dad, tough motherfucker for sure, 100%. But I honestly just think your technique, where he hasn't necessarily trained in any way, striking or ground, I think you may just barely come out on top. That's my vote.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I will let my dad know.
I usually come on top. I've never been happier. Introducing Cremation 186 Greatest Hits, the hot new collection of your favorite songs on 2 compact discs or 2 cassettes. You can't get this so familiar collection in any store. Relive all your favorites. Don't miss out. Pull out that fucking card and order now. Why wait? To order, have your credit card ready and call the number on the screen or find it on soundcloud.com. Do it now. We're back, everybody, from that ad break. I love that sponsor, as Jake would say.
I mean, I
I've
can't.
been,
Go ahead, Jay.
I've just been with them for so long. It's insane.
Yeah.
I've never canceled my subscription once.
I don't blame
Had
you,
3
dude.
different cards, leaving them at bars. I just cancel them. $5, get a new one, new number, reset all of your payments. Super easy.
That's it, everybody. We don't want our whole pod to be an ad, but buy that Rick Sturdy Jeans subscription. They'll send you a pair of jeans when you shit your pants at work.
Please do. No one has time for work. We gotta shit. Or wait, hold on. Other way around. No one has. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Shit your pants. We got time for work.
Yeah.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So I guess we should pick up where we left off. We were talking about if 30-year-old us could beat up 30-year-old our dads. It's a fun topic.
It is.
And
That's a good topic.
I think Jay and I have already done it. So Z, give us your thoughts on you versus David Jacobson.
David Jacobson.
Who was he when he was 30? What was he doing?
I don't know. It's hard to think. I mean, he was pretty much doing the same thing as he's doing now, but I think he was at a different company. But
He's like a maintenance dude,
yeah,
like a pallet factory.
yeah. The thing is, like, when my dad was, I don't know, when I was younger and my dad was younger, obviously everybody was younger. It was back in time. My dad, I don't know, he always seemed so strong to me, like he'd flex his muscles and stuff like that. But now when I see him, like, I don't want to say he looks tiny. He's still got a tone to him, but he's smaller than I am now. And I feel like when I'm walking around town, people probably think I'm a small dude. People often think I'm younger than I am. And I don't know, we're both pretty similar, I feel like, as far as body type. I can't picture my dad fighting anybody.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
also couldn't picture you fighting anybody. So
but
it's
you
like,
did see my dad that one time
Same.
when we got in an argument. Do you remember what I did? I don't remember what I did, but I remember my dad threw a stapler at me.
yeah, this was in your dad's room
What?
where he played WoW,
Yeah.
right?
What?
Can you remind me of this story? Because I don't remember
Fuck.
like what
I
I
don't
did.
remember
Holy
either.
fuck. How have I never fucking heard this?
But there was something where I got like snobby at my dad, kinda.
Oh
And
shit, dude.
I don't remember what was going on, but he like pissed me off somehow, and I feel like I like pinched him with like the staple remover or something
Oh
like that,
God, those
like
are so
those
sharp.
little claw thing, like,
Zach.
but not like hard, but just like a little like me, like
And you were mad when you did it?
yeah, like I was annoyed because I wanted him to take us to Ches Bros or something.
Ches Bros. Shout out Ches Bros.
Yeah, because we wanted to go look at guitars. That's all we wanted to do before we had nice guitars. But I remember
How old were you?
this is me just trying to piece it together. I was probably 16 at
Okay.
least.
Yeah.
But this is
I just
16,
have to have an
17.
idea of your strength level in
yeah,
this.
yeah. But
matter.
I'm honestly trying to piece together this whole scenario because I don't remember exactly, but I feel like it had something to do with the staple remover and the stapler. But
Yeah.
just for sake of getting the story along, I pinched my dad with the staple remover and he threw the stapler at me all hard and mad.
I mean, and these are like the old school 90s. I mean, I'm sure they're still out there. They weigh like fucking 75 pounds. They're just pure steel.
Yeah, like a
Those
real
big black ones.
a real office stapler.
I have never met a light stapler.
Dude, there's like the little mini ones. The
Yeah,
little
but
plastic
Oh, really?
ones.
it was a big
Yeah.
daddy.
What?
It was a big daddy.
And yeah, my dad threw that at me. And that was like the one time I kind of like saw his like temper, like as
He has
far
the same
as
rage as you, the rage that you took out on Jay.
somewhat violent. Yeah, and my dad
Holy
has
fuck,
that
dude. This
same,
brings so much light to the situation.
he has
now.
that same video game temper. I've seen my dad throw many a controller. That's for sure. And I've seen him call on WoW.
Zach.
His favorite term was like, "You rotten bastards." Every time he'd get mad, he's just, "Oh, you rotten bastards!" Like all pissed off. But anyway, I don't know. It's so hard to even put myself
do.
in that mindset of fighting my dad. But I'd like to see
You two would be perfectly even matched.
like like I don't want
See,
to just like puss out of the scenario. Honestly, I don't. Like I'm not trying to. It's just really fucking hard for me to picture. Because my dad
So-
and I are both like same, like pacifist, not fighty people.
Same. But for the scenario that we're putting out there, 30-year-old you versus 30-year-old him, not knowing each other, you guys have to remember that our parents had such harder lives. They had to fucking they weren't sitting at computers all day playing WoW
Yeah.
for
No,
fucking
that's
10, 15 years
so
like we did.
true.
They're not sitting down and not using muscles. They're like lifting and turning and boofing. I think boofing is a thing.
Yeah, dude, there was
Stop.
a lot of boofing in the 70s.
They boofed. They boofed. I'm still I would say this. I think all of our dads would kick our asses because we're a softer generation. I mean, I did a lot of manual labor and stuff growing up,
It is totally possible.
Yeah,
but they had
Jason
a different.
wasn't fucking barrel racing.
Yeah, you weren't like your dad had to like
I know.
lift hay bales and shit to feed the horses and like scoop manure. He was always moving. He had no
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
cell
My
phone.
grandpa is terrifying.
And
Yeah.
grumpy.
I'm
He's-
still scared of him to this day.
is
Same.
that the grandpa?
Yeah.
He's 179.
I
Yes,
remember
that's the grandpa.
we went to your grandpa's like
Wait,
cabin
Zach,
or
you know the
whatever.
grandpa story?
Of course. Who's your oldest friend in town?
Well,
Yeah.
no, I'm just amazed that you remember the grandpa part of it.
Because it was funny, dude. You got to tell it now because people watching won't know what you're talking about.
Dude, fuck, Zach's probably gonna remember this better than me at this point.
We'll see.
So I was at my grandparents in Pocatello.
Your dad's
Don't look
dad.
for him. My dad's dad. Yeah. And
Vampire Senior.
my dad's sister was just fucking with him a lot that night. And he, you know, was an abrasive person to be around. So I don't know how old I was, like 9, I would assume, somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
Probably.
I
Sounds right.
called him Grumpa.
To his face?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hope he beat the fucking shit out of you.
You shut the fuck up, dude. He laughed with everybody else. Everybody laughed.
Yeah, it
He
was the
laughed with
great
them.
joke of the day.
Dude, fucking
Jason
killed
was
it
the
that day.
hero. He was the fucking clown. He was the
Champ, dude. Grumpa's that's a killer line from a kid.
yeah. That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
It is good.
I like Grumpa.
And then the wind picked up. So
Yeah, he let that sizzle in his fucking belly for like however long.
no,
He's
this
like,
is the
"Yeah,
mistake,
fucking
dude. I
He's
Grumpa.
fucking called him.
it.
I'll show
I
you,
called him
Grumpa."
it one more time. And
Oh,
it
that's
just
your
fucking-
mistake.
And it did not go well. I can't remember exactly what he said to me.
He said it was
something like,
he said, "Okay, go. Let's hear you."
no, please.
No, I want to hear what you thought first. I'm so sorry.
Something like, it was funny the first time.
Yeah, that was
Or-
it. That's what
Yeah,
I remember. It
And he
was funny
fucking
the
got
first time,
me.
Jason.
I'm just like,
Dude, your grandpa was
You know?
scary.
he's still scary.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Dude,
And
I'll
his hair's darker than mine.
beat
like-
the fuck out of that guy.
Dude,
Your
he made a
grandpa.
deal with the devil.
Guys,
That
what's it
motherfucker has looked great his whole life.
what's it like to
Smoke
have
cigarettes.
a grandpa?
Both of mine are dead. I can't remember.
Me too, dude.
I have lost
Mine
2
more
of
recently
mine.
than yours, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
never
have
had
3
one.
grandpas, dude.
I know. Wait, well, who's the third?
I just go around collecting grandpas.
Who's the third
bro.
grandpa? You found a new one? It's like a grandpa RPG.
So you have your mom's dad and your dad's dad. Who's the third?
Tia's?
So my dad's dad is
There's not a great
super nice
one
now,
rolling
but
around,
he's the
is there?
scary one. And then my mom's dad is
In heaven?
this. He is, yes. I
Okay,
hope.
you're pointing up, so I assume that's what you meant.
Yeah. Well, oh, sorry.
You're like, he's you're trying to find
He's
him.
a very nice gentleman, and he's in heaven.
Well,
And then
What do you
my
mean, well?
mom's
Sorry.
stepdad.
oh, that's not your grandpa. Fuck that guy.
Well, I just mean, since I was a kid, I knew him.
Yeah. Do you know how many fucking stepmoms I had? I would have like 30
Dude,
grandpas.
That counts. I got my
I'm just saying.
I got my
Since I was a
grandma,
kid,
Georgia. She's my only fucking grandma that's still alive, and she's technically my step grandma, but yeah, I get you, Jay. Count them all. Grandmas are rare.
Oh, I get it too.
Grandpas too.
I mean,
I
the realest grandpa ever was Marv. I mean,
Quit
who's realer
bragging.
than fucking Marv?
Quit bragging. No.
Well,
You
he's
guys
the
have
only
a-
one that was around,
Do
dude.
you guys have a cooler grandpa than my old Gramps? Rest in peace, 2022 Marv.
Well, I'm
No.
sorry my fucking grandpa died when I was 1, dude.
Well, he should have tried harder.
And
is
then
all I'm
my
saying.
other grandpa was a piece of shit. And he abandoned my dad, and I never knew him ever.
But how well is he doing?
Dead. Dead.
That's not bad.
Dead.
If you're a piece of shit, you should be dead. So it works. It works.
I'll say here, I don't know if my dad will be so stoked if this guy gets out on the internet, but I always kind of looked up to him for this in a way, and some people might not.
To your
think it-
dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when my dad's dad was passing away, so kind of the backstory of it is he basically abandoned my dad and my grandma and their whole family. He just
Okay.
like he took off. So when he was passing away, he was in the hospital and everything. All my dad's siblings broke down and went to see him, say goodbye to him, and my dad refused to go see him.
I love that. I love that. Fuck that guy.
Because he was like, fuck
Well, if he's
him.
a piece of shit.
And my dad was there, like, taking care of my grandma the whole time and stuff. Like, after they divorced, like, my dad didn't really move out with his mom for quite a while because he took care of her until he really met my mom, was the first time he moved out. And he stayed and took care of his mom for a long time because his dad just left and screwed them all,
Yeah.
financially and
Cool dude.
Not a good dude.
whatsoever. So my dad refused to go see him when he passed away. And like a lot of people were like, oh, that's sad and blah, blah, blah. He should have went and
No.
saw him. But I always
No.
agreed with my dad, like, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Just
what-
because
what-
he's dying doesn't mean you just get a free pass.
Yeah, you came in my mom and then you left. I love you, Dad. I don't know who you are. You fucking abandoned me. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
I'm in agreement.
He didn't earn anything from you. He didn't gain anything from you. He didn't give anything to you.
Yeah, like his kids should not be sitting next to him on his deathbed if he abandoned them all.
No,
Just saying,
for real.
being a
dude.
dad is fucking hard.
It is.
You want to kill your kids often, but like the Louis C.K. joke about like if murder was legal, there would be dead kids all around the mall. They'd be like, I fucking told you to stop. There's a mom like stomping on their child. I love that bit. Louis C.K. Shout out Louis.
I know, dude. I'll forever love Louis with all the fucking controversy and all that.
Dude.
He was always the truest of the true, and he always spoke to me.
Of our generation, he's the greatest, and I don't think there's anyone even close. He's the
Dude, he
fucking
never
greatest.
did anything to me.
It was the
Sound
first
good.
time, like when I first discovered him, was like so nicely organic. Like I was literally just up late at night watching Comedy Central, and on Comedy Central late at night, this used to be crazy. I don't even know what they do now because I haven't had cable in a long time. But
And no one does.
yeah. But they used to like as like a crazy thing really late at night, they would just show like uncensored things.
Oh
And-
yeah, it's like a car or what Adult Swim kind of thing, but
Kind
for
of.
it was much more adult.
Yeah, they'd say fuck and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was like insane on TV back then. And so I remember his special, I want to say it was his special Shameless. The one where he opens about how he talks about how that person had a bumper sticker that says your mom says hi, and then he tracks him down and beats him down with a crowbar and then jizzes on his corpse.
Classic Louis.
But I just remember like catching that randomly at like 2 a.m. on Comedy Central and by myself organically just like laughing my fucking ass off the whole time. And I was alone, which every person as a human knows. I feel like you don't laugh as much when you're by yourself out loud.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't laugh. I mean, unless I'm talking to you boys in real time. I watch all my favorite. I watch all the Louis shit, and I'm like, that's really fucking funny. I don't laugh. I'm not really like a laugher. It has to be like a person-to-person interaction where something just gets you.
Yeah. For
But,
sure.
I mean, Jason's
I
laughing
definitely
all
do
day
a
at
lot
work. Jason's doing quotes or what do you do?
estimates.
Estimates. You just laugh and the
Estimate
laugh
People
it.
track.
call them quotes. We call them duckies, baby. Money. No, I'm just kidding.
But
Yeah.
no, Louis is fantastic. He's the fucking best.
But yeah, that was my whole thing. Is I remember just like laughing at it by myself so hard, and I'm like, and I just went and showed everybody after. Like,
Yeah, you were that guy.
I
that
went and showed everybody that special. Like, I found it online, and I'm just like, this guy is the funniest motherfucker I've ever seen. This is crazy. And like, nobody hated it that I showed either. Like, everybody that I showed was like in agreement. Like, this is the funniest stand up I've ever seen.
Dude, I remember like a year ago. I don't know if Louis put out a new special or not, but I was at my in-laws' house and I was like Richard, my father-in-law, he's a funny dude. He likes comedy, and I put it on and they were like, "Oh God." Like he's like our type of humor. It's super dark. He's like, "So I fucked the kid." And they're like, "What? Oh my God." You're like, "That was a joke." That's why it's funny, because he didn't actually fuck a kid, but he said he did. Like that's what comedy is. But I guess some, the boomers. But
Dude.
Yeah, dude, that's why it's so hard to show people comedy. Like, uh, have a kid at work, Avery. He's so cool, dude. But I told him to listen to Tuesdays with Stories, and he did. And
hell
then
yeah.
one day recently, this has been like at least a month now, probably since I told him to listen, and he was like, "Those guys are crazy." So,
They are.
so the other day he's like, we're closing up the shop, and I shut the door or something, and we had just pulled the vehicle in and barely got it to fit inside the shop so we could shut the door. And I was like, God damn, that was tighter than my sister's asshole. He just fucking, he's like, oh my God.
See, and
It's
we're allowed
so
to use
funny.
that because that's a Joe list. The tighter than my sister's ass or whatever. Because he stole that from, I think, Joe DeRosa or something, where he was like,
Dude.
he was hanging out with Joe DeRosa at a comedy club and they brought him a Coke and he drank some of it and they came back and he was like, "Can you bring me a new Coke? The last one is flatter than my sister's ass." And that's like where that stemmed from. And now that's like a Joe List thing. Now it's our thing. We get to use it.
Haha.
Dude,
You have to
that's so
recycle
fucking
comedy.
funny.
We can't all be 100% original. We can't.
Well, no, and I mean, I even told him, I was like, no, they say shit like that all the time on that podcast that you listen to. And he's like, really? I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, that's not the worst of it. Like, come on.
It's really not. They're talking about fucking kids. It's comedy. People that get upset with comedy bother me so much.
It's so funny
You
how
can't
bad it
talk about it.
sounds talking about it right now.
Dude, obviously, I mean, clearly they're not fucking kids. It's a joke.
Yeah.
That's why a
Oh,
joke is
shit.
funny, because it's out there.
do
But
you got a
boys,
Tuesday shirt on right now, Jake?
I do. I gotta. Oh, it's not really reading from what I can tell. That's Greg the cat from Tuesdays with Stories.
All right.
Listen to
Dude,
their podcast.
Greg's the best.
He is. He's what, the puke and run. Remember that? Okay. So I don't know how much time we have left, but last episode I promised that I would tell the story of Monica getting beat up by a homeless man.
Oh yeah.
This is
Right.
what this was when we lived in Idaho Falls. We had a little rink-a-dink, like upstairs apartment that was above a garage, just a shit box. And one night, I mean, most nights I would hang out with you guys instead of her because I was a bad boyfriend. And so she'd be home alone, and she went to Walmart to get something, and there was some guy like hanging out in the, like, what do you call that? Like when you walk past the sliding doors, like where the carts are. There was some dude hanging out right there.
The
And he was like,
foyer.
a foyer.
Foyer.
Fourier? I don't know the word.
Fourier.
Jeffrey Fryer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dahmer. Yes.
And so she walked in by herself, and some guy that had like a shirt and pants that were covered in paint, like looked like he had been working and stuff. And he was like, "Hey, I hate to bother you, but me and my wife and kids," and he pointed to like some lady. It was like a mom with two kids. It's like, me and my wife and kids like don't have anywhere to stay tonight. I was wondering if you could take me to the shelter. And there was some like homeless-y type shelter. I forget what it was called. It was more for like recovering addicts that like you get released from prison, and then there's this place you can go to. It's like an apartment complex.
All like the Haven.
The animal shelter.
The Haven. Animal shelter was close, but not quite. He wasn't, dude. What are we talking about? Okay.
Ooh.
That's a strike. We have no strikes. I have to call it out. But Monica, as she would, she's a very caring person that wants to help people. That's like in her nature. I would be like, I'm busy, and then I would just walk past him. Like, I can't be dealing with this guy and the kids. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But she was like, oh, okay. But he was like, but just like, they have a place to stay at the other shelter that's for women and kids. I just need a ride back to the shelter. And so she was like, okay. Also, we were like 20, 21 probably at the time. And Monica wasn't so street smart back then. And she was like, okay, come get in my car, random guy that's homeless. I will take you there. And so she drove him downtown where the Haven is. I can still picture the Haven. Jay, have you seen it? You had to have. It's like it's by like Broadway downtown, and it looks like a shitty like motel. I guess it doesn't matter if you what?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Wait, on Broadway.
No, just off Broadway. Off Broadway, good Every Time I Die song. Doesn't matter if you remember it, but she took him there, and it was like 11 o'clock or something like that, and they were closed. And so he came back to her car and was like, they're closed, they're not letting me in, can I come stay at your place? And she said, I don't think my boyfriend would appreciate that. He said, come on, what are you talking about? I need a place to stay, I've got kids and a wife. And she's like, no. And the way it was, Monica's in the driver's seat, as you would when you're driving a car. And he was like standing outside the passenger door with it open. And when she said, like, no, it's not happening, he just fucking just clocked her, fucking full on clocking of a man to a woman. And she just instantly started driving, and she's all dazed to get away from him. And like 10-15 minutes later, she comes back to our apartment, and her face is all swollen and red. And she gave us the quick version of the story. And I remember, I think I called Tyson. Don't know why I called him. He's useless. I was like, Tyson, we're hunting tonight. Someone just fucking hit Monica. We're gonna go find him. And so we got like baseball bats and shit and went searching. And that's basically the end of the story. We never found him. But Monica went and filed a police report the next day that some guy hit her. And it's like the classic thing from a movie. They gave like a lineup of like 5 or 6 guys, and she saw the guy. And she was still like, it's not any of them. Because she was afraid that guy would like come back and do something.
Ugh. Fuck.
Dude, I can't
Sounds
tell you
like
how
Euphoria,
fucking
bro.
it does. I can't tell you how fucking mad I was when Monica shows up at our apartment. Some guy just punched me in the face. And I'm like, who? I don't know. Where? By this like downtown area. And so we went searching. I never found him. And I was just like, I'm gonna fucking go to prison beating this guy's ass.
Yeah,
Oh man.
fuck that. I've had dreams about that shit happening and gotten pissed.
I know. Same. But that's a
Fuck.
story that I promised. It's a story.
Dreams, dude, not nightmares. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I just thought of that.
Dude, if we would have, I would have loved to have found him and just, I mean, we wouldn't have this podcast if I would have snuck him and fucking crushed his head with a baseball bat, but that's what I wanted to do. So maybe it worked out. Monica's fine. She's a little bit tougher.
It's true. It's a good way to look at it.
So
That's
for sure.
fucking insane though, dude. Just the whole situation. I mean, but that's what it is. Like people prey on the kindness of people, you know.
Oh yeah.
hey, dude, Monica is that person. If she sees someone like broke down on the side of the road or like a girl walking by herself at night, she'd be like, do you need a ride? She's that girl. And she just kept having bad shit happen to her. I'm like, you have to stop being so nice.
Yeah, dude.
Because, like, usually the type of people that are walking down the side of the road are not like, oh, thank you for the ride. I just need a ride to my parents' house. No, it's like they're going to
Dude.
find a way to fuck you or steal your money or whatever.
Yeah, you kind of learn like as you try to help people, most people want help, but they don't need it. And those are the people that are going to treat you like shit when you give them help and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
And
Just
isn't
this is
that
out here.
isn't that sad that I'm like, Monica, you have to stop being nice.
Yeah.
Stop helping people.
It
Like it's
sucks.
so fucked up, but I mean that's
Back in the day, you saw somebody stopped on the side of the road. It's like, well, there's nothing for miles. And
yeah.
so I kind of have to, you know?
Yeah.
Now, most places are pretty populated, but I'm sure that still happens. But I don't know. It's just now you got to really think about it. Oh, is a serial killer? He knows I'll fucking stop. Like,
Yeah, turns out you're a Jeffrey Dahmer. You pick up a hitchhiker, you hit him in the head with a barbell, and then it's like, now you like to kill and eat people.
There you go. It happens that
that
quickly.
happens so easy. We got to watch ourselves. Everybody, be careful out there.
We do.
Check yourself
right.
before you wreck yourself.
I feel like we had a lot of
Exactly.
good meat in this episode. This
There's
was
a lot of meat, human meat.
It was
this was a
meaty.
good foundlings
It was
entertainment
crunchy.
production. Christ Lord.
It was juicy. It was meaty.
And there was some cum in there, I think. I think at one point we talked about cum.
Probably. We usually do.
You guys didn't see it?
When we were talking about beating up our dads, there's always cum when you beat up your dad.
And I got
Or
my
beat
dick.
off. No, I meant beat off. Sorry.
Yeah. You fucked it up. You fucked up the whole joke.
I did.
We've all been
I
there.
ruined it.
Now we're going to end on a terrible joke.
Let's hear it.
My father's gay. Oh, I bit my tongue.
You actually bit your tongue? You actually bit
Trying
your
to say
tongue?
my father's gay.
I'll
I
bite
love
your
it.
tongue if you play your cards right.
You guys ever
Oh,
think about sucking a tongue like a
Joker.
dick?
No, I
Wait,
don't.
what? Sucking your tongue like a dick?
No, sucking someone else's tongue like a dick. You guys don't think
Oh,
about that all the
I
time?
had somebody suck my tongue once. It hurt so fucking bad.
Hurt?
Suck my kiss.
It's painful.
Suck my kiss.
Unbelievably. Dude, it's like, I mean,
Yeah,
just think
but
of
let's see
everything.
how.
It's
Jay, you've got one of those short tongues.
no.
You got a short
Oh
tongue. Let's
no,
see
we
it.
don't have much
Jason
time
can't even
left.
fucking stick his tongue out.
No wonder it
we
hurt.
got
Let's see
about-
it.
Jason's
got
like,
about 2 seconds left, everybody.
Jason's
We
got an
gotta go.
innie for a tongue.
here's Jason.
Wait, but we have to actually see it. Wait, hold on, Jay. Talk and then do it.
What do you why talk? Why do I have to
Talk.
talk?
Hello.
I want to because I want to see it full screen. So Jay, go right and then do it. Jay, you have to make a noise so I can see you full screen. This is for my pleasure.
Anal.
Oh, what a pathetic little nub. No
Dude,
wonder
I
it
know.
fucking hurt. They're sucking the tip of it.
I hate myself.
Zach, show 'em
God
what a
did me wrong.
real tongue looks like. That kiss tongue.
This is who are you guys licking? Why are you licking your neighbors?
Licking the neighbors. That's the best way to welcome the new neighbors.
That might be the name of the podcast is Licking the Neighbors. I love that it came so late, but it's a funny title. Licking the Neighbors.
That's good. I dig it.
I dig it.
Name of the podcast.
I dig it. I'm trying to find another word that rhymes with dig. Sig.
Pig.
I sig it.
Dig.
I
Rig.
Rig.
Tig.
I rig my neighbors. I pig my
Um,
neighbors. I sig my neighbors.
The letter that comes after M. Ig. Um.
Oh, what is that letter? Lig? Oh, that's
No.
before.
a lot of letters come after M. It could be Zig.
Zig. We zig and then we zag. This has been a great fucking episode of the Findings Podcast. My voice will get higher and higher until the podcast is over.
I love that we've derailed it 50 times right at the end.
That's
let's
what
keep it
we
going.
do.
That's what we do.
Let's just keep the derail going.
I cannot go higher than I am right now.
Let's just keep the derail going.
I think it's time for our fans. Wait,
Like and
All right.
subscribe and follow the Instagram and the Facebook and the TikTok and the like and comment on your whatever we talked about today that I don't remember right now.
For God's sake, comment.
Yes.
Call my dad.
Call his dad. Get his dad's opinion on who would win in a fight.
It's probably him.
Do something as long as
Do
you're
something.
listening.
Do something.
Steve Phillips. All right. Do all the things we said, but start commenting more. I know people listen, so just comment like anal or ass.
Yeah, just
Or
say
come.
ass
Or
or
anal
anal
ass.
or come. One of
Ass
those
or
words.
come.
Something.
Well,
Some
we love
cum.
you. We love you, the foundlings. Y'all are great. If you're listening, then we love you because we're a bunch of R words. And you're listening to us.
Boys.
Rad boys. We love you.
Right.
You know what I like to do when I go to the bank?
What's that?
Get some money.
Money. We get them on. We get them on.
Scrub. the soft things out there. You're looking fresh and sweet. And I've got that primordial urge.